Welcome to our study tonight. We're so happy that you are with us. We have a very interesting topic tonight. Kevin Meyer and myself, I'm Roger Roth. We are going through the scriptures and picking out some significant topics that are not generally discussed in religion, but are of great importance. So we would like to share those with you tonight.
Yes, and tonight I think is a really interesting topic. We are going to be talking about God is for us, as opposed to what we've heard in the past where God is with us. We all know that God is with us. There seems to be a little bit of a distinction in the phraseology of saying God is for us instead of God is with us. We know that God is with us in all things, but what does it mean and how is it different to say that God is for us? So I was wondering, Roger, this is an important topic to discuss and revisit, and from a traditional religious standpoint, how do we see this? How do we typically see God is for us?
Well, I
I
think, Kevin, that in religion, we are oftentimes trying to please God. We're trying to be accepted by God. We're trying to gain His favor. And so when we say God is for us, we say, yes, God is for us if, God is for us but, God is for us when, rather than God is just for us all the time. And it's a different understanding when you begin to realize that God is always for you. He's never against you. He's always for you. Whether things work well in your life, whether you lose your job, whether you gain your perfect job, whether you have an accident and break your leg, whether you have just won the lottery, whatever happens in your life, to understand that God is always on your side. He's never not on your side.
One of the comments that you have made is that this really is a bedrock of faith. Why would you say that? Why would you say that knowing God is for us is paramount to our faith?
That's excellent, because when we talk about faith, it means different things to different people. And yet faith is central to the Christian walk. What is faith? How do we generate faith? How do we walk properly in faith? So when we talk about God is for us, we are talking about the very bedrock of understanding faith, because anyone who has faith in the scripture, all those who have demonstrated great faith, and in the natural world, all those who demonstrate great faith understand this one thing, that God is for them. Faith starts with understanding that God is on my side. God is for me. He's not against me. And so everything that happens in my life, I then can understand that He is on my side. So instead of wondering, where is God in this? How can I get God on my side? How can I get Him to intervene for me? I realize that He's already doing all those things. And so it starts out with an entirely different premise.
It makes me think of the scripture verse in Romans 8:31, that says, "What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us?" And again, I like the nuance between the idea that God is for us versus God is with us, or God is on my side, because there's an active word there. If God is for us, that it tells me then that He is actively doing something for us to our benefit, as opposed to being just with us going through something, or being on our side in support. There's more of an action associated with God being for us. And if we look more at Romans 8 here, where it says, "And we know all things work together for good to those that love God, and those who are called according to His purpose. For whom He foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed to the image of His Son, that He might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom He predestined, these He also called. Whom He called, these He also justified. And whom He justified, these He also glorified." So it's in that context that He's saying, if God is for us, who can be against us? So there is some kind of activity that God is doing in being for us.
Right. God is, if God is for us, who can be against us? all things work together for good to those who are called by him according to his purpose, right? So all things are working together. So is that all good things or is it all things? And the truth is it's all things. Everything in your life is working for your good. It doesn't mean that everything in your life is producing what we might consider good, but in the purpose and plan of God, everything in your life is working together to fulfill that greater purpose. So if you understand that, you don't have to be discouraged. You don't have to question yourself. You don't have to question God. You just know he is with you. And then from that standpoint, you can gain understanding, because there's no way to gain understanding if you're in confusion. There's no way to gain understanding if you are continually perplexed about why is this happening. But when he is on your side and you realize he's on your side, then you can gain understanding of when you are going through something, why it is happening, what you should do, how you should respond. What is his purpose in this? Which is a question we should always ask in any situation. What is his purpose?
I agree, and again, in the context of the scripture verse, he's talking about those that have been predestined to be conformed to his image, to the image of Jesus Christ. So when I see that, I tie that to that purpose. That is the purpose of God, is to have us transformed into the image of Christ. So to me, all things are working together for the good. That is the good. That is the ultimate good, the good of the production of the nature of Christ, the nature of God within us.
Yeah, powerful, powerful. Now, we have different studies on these topics that we discuss, and if anyone's interested, they're able to contact us. Is that correct?
Yes. At the end of the video, there will be a link to view more videos, as well as some information on how to get in contact with us.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being with us.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Until next time, you take care and be blessed.